There is a real skill shooting over dogs in the line, and it doesn't happen straight away. You've got to learn all the aspects of when to take a bird, should you take that bird, shouldn't you take that bird. But safety and a calm situation is most important, because the safety comes first. So it's really important that if you're organising a day's shooting, that everybody listens to you, and then the day runs smoothly.
Leave that.
So the question is, why did I say leave that to the dog? You could see that bird was hit, it was dead. But why did I say leave it? It's because I'm educating the guns who are working their dogs that if you shoot something too far out and I'm working that cover, when I send my dog for a retrieve that far out, I could be disturbing game. There could be game between me and that bird, and I don't want birds being disturbed. Else we've got to walk miles, and we keep putting up lots of birds for a long retrieve. So the idea is, if you're going to shoot it quicker. But if a bird gets up not under the dog's nose, why do you really need to shoot it and kill it unless you're trying to put food on the table? Because the idea of training a gun dog is to actually get the dog to flush the bird. Now, I know you get what we call volunteer birds, and sometimes you'll shoot them. I accept that. But when you're training and you know there's plenty of birds in the area that you're training, why not be selective? It's not all about killing. I have to educate people. That's my job.
What did I tell you about taking them out too far? That's what you want to be taking.
That would have been the perfect bird for the gun on the left to shoot, not the one on the right, the one on the left. The bird got up just in front of the dog. He didn't actually have a contact flush, but he's watched it away, and if he'd shot that, it was going sideways. That was worth shooting. Why he didn't shoot? Because I just told him off about not taking birds too far out. When I say too far out, when it goes to the side, you can take it because you're not going to be disturbing much ground. But if it's going out in front, you've got to think, hang on, do I drop this bird pretty quick, or do I let it go on and on before dropping it? I understand completely about a sporting bird, but when you're training, you're training.
Gone away.
So was that a sporting bird? It was a low bird. That's why he didn't take the shot. The bird was going out really low and it didn't take off, didn't climb. Now, in certain situations, if you're training a dog, you might take that bird to give that dog experience. You could class that as not sporting, but when you're out training, could you class it as training? It's a dilemma that you've got to come across yourself and think, well, yeah, I want that bird in the bag for the dog. If you're somewhere where there's a lot of birds, then you can leave that sort of bird and it still put the dog under pressure, as in it's got to watch it away, it mustn't run in. But he could have put a couple of shots up to miss it on purpose to see if the dog was steady.
Hang on, camera, I'm going to come up and do that corner bit. Just stay there. We could shoot that. Run away. Sorry? Get out! Dead.
So that was an ideal bird. That was the bird we wanted. Under the dog's nose, dogs marked it, sent him for it. After it's been shot, straight out, a little bit of whistle, not much at all, and then straight back to me. And that's what you're practicing for. That's what you want. So you want to pick your birds a little bit if you're in an area where there's a lot of birds. A lot of shooting doesn't always mean quality gun work, quality dog work. These guns are clay shooters of a very high standard, but they haven't shot over dogs in the same way as I have over the years. So I have to educate them the sort of bird I want and when I want it. And we're shooting over the dog. We're not shooting for fun. And yet some people just love to shoot for fun. So in this next clip, Campbell has shot a bird, so he's broke his gun, he's sent his dog, and he's pushing his dog back into the area where it came down. So the dog was onto the bank, Campbell was walking up the track. Bird gets up, he shoots it. Because the dog isn't right on the spot, he's having to push the dog back onto the bird. And he makes quite a nice job of it. And the dog's got the bird and it's in the bag. I've seen many shooters go out without dogs. How the hell can you be like ethical if you're not got a dog with you? Those birds need picking. You shoot birds, they need picking, as simple as that. And that's why we train the dogs to the standard we do. really important that the line is reasonably straight, so you know where the guns are, and you know where your dog is, and they know where your dog is.
Shooting to miss, and the dog sees it away, and the steadiness is there. Run away. Get out!
If you get that bird without much handling, that's a good retrieve. I've seen many a dog go wrong over the years, going out there, flushing lots and lots of birds, not getting on that bird, and not picking it. They shot it well, dog got out to the fall. And straight back to hand, that's what we want. And then that bird shot by the gun on the right, who's out in the field. I don't want to send Wiz over a double-stranded barbed wire fence, so he will pick that with his dog. That gives his dog a positive for behaving itself and walking to heel during the shooting that he's done for me. Then we'll swap over and let them work their dogs.